Well, welcome to this online revision session for AQA D1, in which we'll be looking at the June 2010 question 7 on algorithms. Well, this is a fairly straightforward question in which we are given an algorithm for finding an approximation for pi. So you can see in the opening line 10 we have to input values A, B, C, D and E. Then in lines 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60 we do various calculations. Line 70 they then have to compare the result for E, and if it's less than 0.05 we go on to line 90. If not, we go on to the next line, which tells us to go back to line 20 and repeat the process. So we're given the starting values, so the key thing for us to do is to trace our way through this algorithm. So if we label this the value for A and B and C and D and E, and we can substitute our starting values of 1, 4, 0, 4 and 0. Having put those in, we can now do line 20, which says take A and add 2 onto A to get a new value, so that becomes 3. B becomes the negative of what B is, so this becomes negative 4. So then C is B divided by A, so this will become negative 4 over 3. Or we could write that, if we wished, as a decimal as negative 1.33, or something similar to that, maybe more accurately if you want. Then in line 50 we've got to add D, which is 4, onto C, which is minus 4 over 3, and so 4 is 12 over 3, so that will make this 8 over 3. And then finally, to get E, we're going to take the value for D and subtract 3.14 and then square it. And so if we do that on our calculator, we will get something like 0.22404. Okay. Alright. So we're now down to line 70, which says, is E less than 0.05? To which the answer is no, it's not, it's 0.224. So what we'll need to do is to go back and repeat the process. So go back to line 20, says add 2 onto A, make B the negative of what it was. Then C becomes B divided by A, so that gives us 4, get it the right way up, 4 over 5, which we know is the same as 0.8. Then we got to add D and C together, so we've got to add 8 over 3 and 4 over 5, which as a fraction would give us 52 over 13. Sorry, over 15, can't read. Okay. And then we've got to take that value of D, subtract 3.14 and square it, and that gives us a value of 0.10671. Okay, so we're now down to line 70 again. Here's our value of E less than 0.05. The answer to that is no, it's not. So we go back to line 20 and repeat the process. So it's A plus 2, make B negative. For C, we divide B by A, so that becomes negative 4 over 7, which is approximately negative 0.571. Then to get D, we've got to take the 52 over 15 and the negative 4 over 7 and add those together. And if we do that as a fraction, we'll get 304 over 105, or as a decimal that would be approximately 2.9. Then to work out E, we've got to take that value of D, subtract 3.14 and square it again, and that will give you an answer of 0.0599. Okay. Again, at line 70, we compare that value with 0.05. It's not less than 0.05, so again we go back up to line 20 and repeat once more. So we add on 2, change the sign, divide C by B, so it gives you positive 4 over 9, which as a decimal is 0.444 recurring. Then we have to add D and C together, so it's the 304 over 105 plus the 4 over 9, so that will give you 1052 over 315, or as a decimal that will be something like 3.34 to 3 figures. And then finally, to work out the E value, you do D, which is the 1052 over 315, and then we have to subtract the 3.14 and square it again, and that gives us a value of 0.03987. Okay, so we're now at line 70 again. Is E less than 0.05? To which the answer is yes, it is now. So that means we've got to go to line 90 and print pi, and pi is approximately the value of D, so pi is approximately 3.34. That's the value of D in our last entry in the table. Okay, well, how do we get the marks for this then? So if we get everything correct in our first line, we enter the input, the values, and get up to the 8 over 3 correct. That will give us 1 mark, showing that we know the method. We're getting everything correct up to the point 22404 will give us an answer mark there. Now if you put more figures than 0.22, as long as it rounds off to the value that the examiner has to 2 decimal places, then that's fine. Then if we get the second pass correct to the 52 over 15, that will give you a method mark, and if you've then got the E value correct to 0.11 to 2 decimal places, that will give you another answer mark. If you then got the 304 over 105, that will give you another method mark. And then If you've then got all correct and no extra lines, so in other words you've stopped with this fifth row and it's all correct and you've stated the final answer, you'll get one more accuracy mark for all of that. So there are your 6 marks. Well, hopefully you found the solution to that question helpful. For more assistance with your maths revision, please go to the Further Maths Support Programme website.